Well, this morning it's Tuesday, June, what is it, 19th today, I think, 2018, and I've already been busy. I haven't even started making breakfast yet, and I've gotten several things done. Let me show you. Blackberry that might, is this ripe yet? It's not quite. You know a blackberry's ripe when it's not only black and has some give to it, but when you don't have to pull very hard. And, you just kind of tug just lightly and it'll come right off. Unfortunately, sometimes if you wait that long, the bugs get to it before you can. But, speaking of blackberries, I harvested a few more blackberries. Yay! This is the most so far that I've harvested at one time. Let me explain the difference in size. If I think I can. This is a live trap, by the way, in case you're wondering. It was here, so I set my blackberries on top, but I hadn't planned on picking blackberries, so I didn't have a container. Anyway, I believe I need to fertilize. I haven't been fertilizing blackberries. They have mulch, and that's supposed to be enough fertilizer. No, not with our soil. So the first blackberries that grow nice and big, and then the subsequent ones are like wild blackberry size. So I'm going to put down some probably cottonseed meal from now on in the spring. I totally spaced out my peas. I cut these peas off. They're soft. They're supposed to be hard, not soft. And they're not green anymore. So, yeah, these are no good. Luckily, I still have some more in the packet, but I need to do a better job collecting seeds next year. This spring and early summer, we've been putting out a lot of fires, metaphorically speaking, and, so blowing a lot of stuff off. You can see I've pruned a bunch of kiwi branches. They just keep growing and keep growing, so I have to go by and prune the ones that are kind of just going every which way off every once in a while. I put some more water. I didn't realize this had gotten pretty dry, so I put some more water. This is, I can't remember where we got this. Oh yeah, from our neighbor up the hill a long time ago. He had put this in the garbage. It's an old styrofoam cooler. It's still good. I mean, it's kind of banged up and stuff, but it's still, it holds water. So this is the water reservoir for my self-watering container with the sprinkler. The reason I didn't fill it as full as I should fill it all the way to the bottom of the bucket, I didn't because we have rain forecasts. Yay! I'm excited about that. I pulled up just a few weeds here that were, see that little pile over there? Pulled a few weeds. And I want to show you now, before I go in and start making smoothies, but before, the husband has received his marching orders this morning. I want him to start over here. And here's another volunteer tomato that I've only watered. This is really hard to water because it grew right next to this huge rock. And and actually that rock is being extremely good mulch, keeping the soil moist underneath. So it's hard to water this thing, but look how great it is. And it has fruit. And this one isn't even a cherry tomato. Huh. And Benjamin's yelling at me. Hold on. Anyway, yeah, this the asparagus here has gotten totally overgrown. So I'm going to have Jerry start here this morning, get all that weeded, and then get all this weeded over here between the asparagus and my Egyptian walking onions, which have gone crazy as usual. They're trying to grow over here, but sorry, that's carpet, not going to work. Alright, I just got done covering this whole trellis bed. It's about 20 by 3 feet. The other bed I plan to put sweet potatoes in if we have a good crop this year. I covered it all with cardboard. There's only a teeny tiny bare spot once in a while, and the only plants left are these couple of zinnias on the end. And if I sound a little out of breath, it's because I was walking back and forth getting rocks to weight down the cardboard and some of the carpet. Now, our next chore involves a confession. I confess that I am still a newbie at growing fruit trees, and I did not know that if you actually want fruit to grow big and actually get ripe, in the spring you have to go around and remove all the new growth after the buds come out. I didn't know that. Therefore, even though all the peaches should have been mature and ripe a couple of weeks ago, this is what they all look like. Now, I did thin them. I thinned them like you're supposed to, but apparently it's more important, or at least as important, to get rid of the new growth. I did, you know, after the fact, too late, learning about it, I did cut back a lot of the new growth, but it didn't do anything. So I'm going to harvest all these peaches that are left, because they say if you leave peaches on the tree the whole summer, then it won't fruit as well next year. So I'll get my basket, and I'm going to start collecting all these little peaches. I am going to put some of them that look like they're still in decent shape inside, covered with a towel, stem side down, and just see if they will, any of them will ripen. But see, like that one was hard as a rock. I have 4 trees to go through.
Branches?
Yeah, I'll show you where to start. But I have here my resident pruning saw expert. He's stronger than I am. He's he's pushing 12 years old now, and he's strong. He even though he's small for his age, he's stronger, I think, than I am. It doesn't hurt his back anyway to saw the branches. So he's going to be pruning off. See how these branches are just hitting right against the wall? They're annoying. We want to be able to walk back here. They're not supposed to be there. So Benjamin, you're going to be pruning. Yeah. So this branch and that branch need to go. And then cut this off too, because I keep feeling like I'm going to impale my belly one day.
Yeah.
So if you go ahead and get that sawing, I'll do a little video. And then the other one about right there. Look at that, we can walk through now. Thank you very much, Benjamin. So this is really sad. I'm imagining if these had all matured to the ripe size and then ripened. There's always tomorrow for dreams to come true. Is that from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? I think it is. Yes. Anyway, yep, there's always next year. You have to have that attitude when you're homesteading, especially when you're, you know, first delving into a new skill. Alright, this is the threshold of the garden, where the garden door is. And maybe you didn't know before, but there used to be a whole bunch of grass growing here. It's gone. Let's pass between the blackberries and the asparagus. Here's a gardening tip for you. Do not put an asparagus patch this close to blackberries. I did at some point have 2 or 3 feet. That's not enough, though. Alright. Whoa! What happened here? Look at this. Is that clean or is that clean? All that's left is the asparagus and the volunteer tomato. Wow. And he got these bunches of grass up and weeds. Look. Remember? This was just pure weeds. He even got up the tropical spiderwort, which is very obnoxious. It spreads like crazy. But that's cool, man. He even, oh wow, look, he even got started on the lamb's quarter garden. Yeah, pretty soon that'll be cleaned up. But look, it's mostly lamb's quarter. The lamb's quarter pretty much shaded out anything else that wanted to grow underneath. You see that? There is a bunch of grass in there, but it probably isn't very thick. All right, before I wrap up this part of the vlog, I'm going to show you something exciting I found this morning. Where was that? See that? I have a yellow pear, tomato turning yellow. There's an even yellower one on the other side. I see some others turning color too. Alright. And time to get some cucumber for lunch. Today is Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, June 20th, and I have a hair in my face. Yeah, I just recently washed my hair. It's pretty early in the morning. There's a 70% chance of rain today, so I want to get my berry picking done before I start our breakfast smoothies. So that's what we're going to do right now. I do want to show you something if you are new to growing blackberries and raspberries. But see this spot right there? That is where an insect has sucked it dry. That's annoying. But I have bought, well, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to reveal it as part of my blog. I've bought something that I hope is going to help keep insects off my berries. But yeah, I think I've got a bunch of blackberries that are ready. And I'm going to get as many blueberries as I can so that the wasps don't eat them all up. See, this is nice though, look. Nobody's gotten to this one. Now I want to show you something. Right here, a lot of people don't like encountering spider webs in the garden, but I don't know where the little guy is. I'm sure hiding and waiting for prey. But I mean, this guy, even though he's covering up some of my berries, and that's a little annoying, he's going to get some of the stink bugs that have been, sucking on my blackberries. So I'm going to leave it be and let him do his thing. Check this out. This is over a cup of blackberries. I'm pretty sure this is more than I've harvested the last 2 and maybe even 3 times that I came out and picked. They're really coming to fruition. And I didn't harvest any last year. Last year I was so frustrated with the garden, I didn't water the blackberries, and I just let the bugs eat whatever they wanted. So they did. I didn't get anything. So, and so far, so good, Something is better than nothing. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do before I start the blueberries is I'm going to remove the cover for my pepper self-watering reservoir, which, as I told you the other day, it's a cooler, an old styrofoam cooler. Because, like I said, we have a 70% chance of rain. There's our resident lizard. Whoop, he jumped down. Anyway, 70% chance of rain and up to a ½ inch, they're saying. And they're never accurate. They're, we usually get more than what they say. Sometimes less, but so I'm opening up my reservoir so the rain can fill it up for me. Alright, I see a lot of shriveled up blueberries where wasps and stink bugs have sucked the juice out of them, so I'm going to see what I can get here this morning. Oh, that one came right off. Yeah, they're ready when they come right off without you even having to tug. Oops. I took off the whole cluster and they're not all ripe. Happens sometimes. So this is how many blueberries I got picked before it was time to go in and start our breakfast smoothies. And this is the reason that I'm done picking blueberries for today. So with that, I'll wrap up the vlog of these last 2 days. Thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to share it with your online networks. I'll see you for the next video. In the meantime, take care and be well.